Welcome everybody to the Feeding Frenzy Friday. My name is Brian. This is where we break down the Friday featured asset from Notes Direct. If you're someone looking to buy notes and you want an expert opinion, this is the place to be. We have Scott Tyler, a veteran of almost 30 years in the note business, giving us his thoughts on these notes. If this is a value to you, we would love for you to just smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe to our channel, click that bell notification so that you get a notification every single time we post one of these videos ahead of the emails. Let's go.
Hey, Notes Direct people. Got Bob Repass with me today. Brian is out, so we've got a special guest along with Bob. Bob, do you want to introduce our guest to us today?
Sure, Scott. Great to be with you again and filling in for Brian. And I have a special guest, Chaz Gwynn with Revolve Capital. We're happy to announce that Notes Direct has just released an offering last week of 32 non-performing and sub-performing assets owned by Revolve Capital. And I thought it would be a great idea to have Chaz on here and feature one of his assets. So we're going to take a look, Chaz, at a sub-performing note that you have posted on Notes Direct. So Chaz, how's it going today?
Bob, good to see you. Thanks for having me on. In this virtual world, this is the best we can do. So I'm glad we're still making it happen.
Awesome. And I know when you were at Note Expo, we talked about starting 2021 that Revolve was going to partner up with Notes Direct to put some inventory out there. And we put some inventory out there this past week. And let's look at this deal in Moscow, Tennessee. Mm-hmm. Moscow is a suburb of Memphis. And this is a nice 3-bedroom, 2-bath ranch home kind of out in the suburbs. It's sub-performing. I think it's due for November of 2020. So Chaz, why don't you kind of give us a little bit of background on it, maybe a little story as far as you know with the borrower, and just kind of walk us through the pros and cons of this asset.
Well, many times you step into this world because we're trying to do our best in normalizing this business for fix and flippers out there, folks that have a contracting background that are saying, hey, we still want to get to the real estate or the asset. But we understand there's still a mortgage in place. I don't know much about holding paper, right? I have a fix and flip background. And so you start learning all these new terms: legal balance, total payoff, interest, when was the loan modified, and all these different nuances that are just a tad different than your everyday business. Moscow, Tennessee, and this sub-performing kind of term, the reason why I brought all that up is because on a sub-performing, that's a newer term, right? The mortgage is either paying or it's not paying, right? And so if it's sub-performing, and we all know that here in 2021, the guy's still due for November's payment. So that tells you he's clearly behind. And so giving you guys a sense of what's happening is that, hey, I don't know if COVID is playing into effect. Right, that's a real-time thing going on for many people out there. We don't know if truthfully finances for him really changed in 2020 or 2019. But I will tell you, we have owned this asset for about a little less than a year, and we've received just shy of $2,000 from this borrower. So from this homeowner, if you guys look at the monthly payment of just shy of $400, and you divide that by $2,000. We're not getting that many payments, right? So
it looks like he's probably made about 5 payments in the last 12 months. It looks pretty solid there. It's got a great value of $125,000. The price is right at $45,000. That's about a 36% investment to value for the investor there. I know you've had it serviced at FCI since you guys have owned it. And what do you think the likelihood of the sub-performing either becoming re-performing, or do you foresee this having to go down the non-performing and the foreclosure default track?
When you buy non-performing, sub-performing paper, there's always the risk of the asset going into foreclosure. Mm-hmm. When you have cash flow coming off the asset, though, that's a really good surplus. So at least there's some cash flow coming off to service it, to make sure your overhead and fixed costs are still being paid for by the homeowner. So I think the probability of this guy or gal staying in their house and maintaining their payment, as you can see, there's a little there's a car right there in the driveway. Now we all know that could be the agent's car, actually, who's taking the picture. But let's just give it the benefit of the doubt that that's the homeowner's car. Clearly, because the guy's only 60 days behind. He could have skipped out on December's payment. I will tell you, looking into the portal here in FCI, we received $1,000 on the December 15th. So the guy was still showing some lifeline. We haven't received anything though here in late January. We haven't received any dollars since then. So something's going on there, and it's up to you. That's the benefit of you guys being able to step into our shoes and acquiring this asset, where you got a house that's worth 125, you got a principal balance that's worth 78, and we're selling it for $45,000. I mean, talk about your potential of your equity really being protected.
Right.
Yeah, I want to piggyback too on that, because as you make a good point, the car being in the driveway. Not only that, the grass is mowed, it's groomed. I mean, you can tell that there's a pride of ownership there a little bit. So I think you're right. I think he's there, and the possible workout solution should be something that should be targeted.
Yeah, great summary, guys. I do like the fact that there's a good discount in there. So if it does become reperforming, you're buying it at basically 33,000 below the UPB. So that's awesome there. Chaz, I know we've got about 30 other assets of yours on Notes Direct, and I hope everybody will kind of go through, take a look under the new listings and look at the inventory in the non-performing section, and take a look at the variety of assets that we put on. We're going to do another offering for Revolve in February, and we're going to have Chaz back on next month to feature one of those assets. So until then, Chaz, it's been great having you on our featured asset of the week, and we appreciate it. And take care, my friend, and we'll talk soon.
Thanks for having me, Bob.
Thanks, Jez.
So thank you, Scott, for taking some time to walk us through that asset. If this asset is for you, do your due diligence and click that purchase button. Get going. If you want to see more notes, you need to subscribe to this channel. Click the bell notification, because you will actually start to get these videos ahead of the email that comes out each week on the Friday featured asset. If you are new to Notes, or you're wanting to learn more about Notes, then I would encourage you to go and register for a free one-day class through our sister company, Note School. It's a one-day deeper dive into everything creative financing, performing notes, flipping notes, non-performing notes, that gives you a better understanding of the note business through case studies. You can register for that class. It's absolutely free. You can register through the link below in the description. For the rest of you, have a great week, and we will see you next week on the Feeding Frenzy Friday.